What do you even do all day on a cruise ship when you aren't at a port? Well, follow me through an entire sea day on my Europe cruise on Virgin Voyages. Now, step one is to eat, of course. We actually overslept and missed our brunch reservation at the wake, but no worries, the galley had plenty of options. Here you see chicken parmesan with some mashed potatoes, a Caesar salad. We also got some beef mashed potatoes and some vegetables along with another salad. And then as we were finding our seat, we went over to Let's Talk About It, where they had some nachos and some tacos. You just start to just walk around and grab more things, but everything is just so good, so it's hard to not do that. And then, of course, every day on the sailing, I went to the ice cream shop. Look at me tell ice cream, y'all. Like I mentioned in my sail away video, they have plenty of flavors. This day I tried the passion fruit and the green machine, and y'all, the green machine was so good. I don't even know what was in it, but it was my favorite flavor while we were on the ship. And then we headed over to sit down. This is kind of the area where they'll have the Scarlet Night. Over to that far left corner, you'll see they'll have the shore excursions and the My Next Virgin Voyages table. But there's just so many different places that you can sit at on the ship, but we decided to grab Battleship to just play a game while we ate the ice cream. At the social club, you'll find all the games that you remember from your childhood, like Battleship, Operations, Hungry Hippos, dominoes, and puzzles. So if you're by yourself, you can do a puzzle, or if you're with a group, whether it's 2 to 10, there is a game out there that you can play. Or if you're an extrovert, you can always ask other sailors if they like to play with you, and you can meet new people that way. But they also have scheduled games and speed puzzle challenges where you can form teams. It is fun to participate, or if not, you can just always watch. But yeah, there's Connect 4. There's just a whole bunch of games, and it's really fun to just have those because, of course, when you're back home, you're doing your job, you're on your cell phone, and you're not like unplugged and just doing fun things. So I actually lost the recording of us actually playing because the camera was flipped the opposite way, so there's no footage of that, but here you can see that I came out with the victory because he just couldn't find my small ship. Look at that face. It's the face of someone that got beat. And then we played again, and then I yet again beat him and sunk all of his battleships. Then we went outside to explore the ship, and as you can see, we were in the middle of the ocean and it was a pretty hot day. You can see there is an outdoor boxing ring, which is pretty unique. I never see anyone out there because it's outdoors, but maybe some people do it early in the morning. And you also can see there are some more workout benches. Then as you keep walking, you'll see some sunbeds, and then here I am just swinging on the swing. The sun was hitting me, but then we walked up the stairs. Those were the swings from the stairs. And up here is where you'll see the track. So the track has 2 lanes. I assume the right lane is for walkers and the left lane is for runners. The track does not go all the way from the front of the ship to the back of the ship. It's only on the back side. And below the track, there is a bar as well as one of the hot tubs and the showers. And then they also have restrooms on that track level over to the left. And then below the track as well, they also have like a life-size chessboard, which is pretty cool. So I just recorded some guys playing that. And then on either side of the ship, you'll see the Virgin logo, which a lot of people take some videos, some nice pictures there. It also lights up at night, which is pretty cool. So just keep that in mind if you want to get some good pictures with the Virgin logo. And then I actually ran into some ladies at what they consider the basketball court or the pickleball court, and they were teaching each other the boots on the ground dance. So I have clearly known this song has been, going viral and everyone's doing the dance. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect time for me to learn. So I went up down there and said, can I join? And I was learning. So that is me working in. There's the where your fans at part. But that was pretty fun, and I got to just meet some new women. And then of course, after dancing in the heat, it was time to get some food. Got to stay hydrated while on the cruise. So I grabbed some fruit and fries. I know, weird combo, but we're on a cruise, so I'm getting whatever I want. And then I got this donut and a sprinkle cookie. Like I said, a whole bunch of random stuff while you're on the cruise. After that, we explored a little bit more. This is the area that's below the track on the backside. They were doing a cocktail class, which I would definitely sign up for next time. It looked like they tried maybe like 5 or 6 cocktails, but it is an extra fee. I'm not sure how much it was, but this was held kind of right where they have the pajama party on the first night, and it's below the track like I mentioned. And then after that, we headed to the room. I wanted to watch a movie, but I ended up falling asleep and taking a nap because that dancing had me tired. And then we went to dinner at Razzle Dazzle. Now on our last sailing, I'll link the video above of everything we did eat on that sailing. We did not eat at Razzle Dazzle because it was a 4-night cruise, so I had to pick and choose which restaurants to go to. But on my first Virgin Voyage sailing over a year ago, I did go to it and the food was good, so I had to go back and try it again. But let me tell you, Razzle Dazzle has moved up on the ranks of my top Virgin Voyages restaurants. Extra Virgin was number 1, Pink Agave was number 2, The Wake was 3, and Razzle Dazzle was 4. But after eating here for dinner, it moved up to number 2. Right after Extra Virgin. But here is the menu. They have the sip and savor, the starters, and the mains, and then of course they also have a seafood boil. So these are the appetizers we got. We got the fried okra and fried tomatoes. This was pretty good. And then of course the wings. These wings are so good. They're better than the wings at the social club. And then this is what the avocado green goddess salad looks like. The presentation is 10 out of 10. And then for the main dishes, this is the ribeye. And then he also got the blackened mahi-mahi, which he said was very good. Mind you, he already had mahi-mahi in Extra Virgin, but he said this one was better. And then for me, I got the fried chicken with the biscuit, and I also got the hot cauliflower. I will say, the hot cauliflower was so good. I'm not a vegan. Like, I don't just eat cauliflower like that, like, you know, like it's chicken, but it was so good. And as I told y'all, we were going crazy with the food in Razzle Dazzle. We loved it. So this is a baked pear dessert. This one was the s'mores dessert. And then I got the rum cake, which is featured here with that scoop of ice cream, which you can definitely taste the rum. And lastly, the last dessert was this chocolate cake. And look at just the presentation. That is pretty cool. Like, that chocolate that wrapped around the cake matched the theme of the restaurant. And then last but not least, to end the night, we went over to the arcade. Now, I will say, on my other sailings, I thought you had to pay for this, but no, these are free arcade games. You will see on Carnival, Royal Caribbean, you have to pay, and it adds up, you know, while you're on your cruise. This is free, so imagine being with your friends, doing karaoke, getting some dinner, whatever, and then being able to play these classic games like Pac-Man. They had Galaga, so cool, Super Mario, Donkey Kong. So this is definitely a cool thing. Definitely make sure you head over there when you're on your sailing. But that's a wrap for our first sea day. We had an excursion for our first stop in Kotor, Montenegro, so we wanted to get sleep and wake up on time. The next video will be the vlog all about that port and how that day went, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, check out my Virgin Voyages playlist, and if you are interested in Carnival cruises, I also have a playlist for them too.